Hello all, my name is Miss Amrapali Chavan. I am working as an assistant professor in computer department. So today we will discuss about loaders and its types in the system programming. First we will see what is loader. So loader is program which accepts the object program text and prepares this program for execution by the computer and initiates the execution. So in short, loader will load the executable file in the memory. So as you can see, these are the major functions of the loaders. It allocates space in the memory for the program, which is called allocation. Second is resolve the symbolic references between the object text, which is called linking. Third is address all the address dependent locations such as address constant to corresponds to the allocated space, which is called relocation. Fourth is physically place the machine instruction and data in the memory, which is called loading. As you can see, this is the diagram of loader. Here, if A and B are the two files, these are passed to the loader. Loader will use the database for the preparing of the executable file. Then loader will load these executable files to the main memory. So program loaded in the memory ready for the execution. There are some schemes which are major loading schemes. First is compile and go loader. Second is general loader scheme. Third is absolute loader scheme. Fourth is subroutine linkage. Fifth is relocating loaders. Sixth is direct linking loaders. Now we will see first compile and go loader. So in compiler and go loader, as you can see in this figure, the source program deck will go to the compile and go translator, which is actually loader, and this loader will directly send the program loaded into the memory. This is the assembler. So this program is actually placed in the main memory. So this is the compile and go loader scheme. But in this scheme, assembler run in one part of the memory and place the object instruction and data as they are assembled directly into their assigned memory location. So when the assembly is completed, assembler causes a transfer to the starting instruction of the program. So the advantages of this type of loader is it is relatively easy to implement because the assembler is placed elsewhere in the memory and compiler is placed in the another location. So disadvantage here is that the portion of memory is always will be occupied by the assembler. So that portion is unavailable to any other program, and the user program have to resemble the that every time when it is run. So if the source program contain the subroutine written in the different languages, then the different assembler every time you have to place into the memory. That is again wastage of memory. The next scheme is general loading scheme. As you can see here, there are two source programs which is passed to the translator. Translator will translate this program and make it as an object program 1 and object program 2. Now these object codes will further pass to loader, and loader will place it into the object program ready for execution, and it is placed into the main memory. Here, unlike the first type of loader, that is compile and go loader, in general loading scheme, loader is here placed into the memory. So in general loading scheme, the output assembler is saved and loaded whenever the code is executed. So the assembled program could be loaded in the same area into memory where the assembler was stored. So because now assembling is completed, assembler is removed from main memory. So function of loader is to accept the instruction, data and other information in object format and put it into the memory in the executable file. So advantages here, there is no need to put assembler in my memory every time it is removed, and after assembling is completed. So you can directly place the loader into the main memory. So loader required to put the object code in the memory in executable format, which is actually smaller than the assembler. Then every time when the run program, one do not have to assembler it every time. So even if the subroutine area in the different language, their object code and linkage conventions will be in another language. There is one disadvantage also, the addition of new program loader into the system. Next type of loader is absolute loader. So in absolute loading scheme, as you can see here, this is main program and this is square routine. The memory location start here, that is of for main program is 100 and it ends at the 248, as well as the square rooting start at 400 and ends at 478. So these two object deck will pass to the absolute loader, and absolute loader will place them into the main memory at exact location which is specified in the object deck. So main program, as you can see here, will place at 100 memory location, and square routine will place at 400th memory location. In absolute loader, the simplest type of loader scheme is it, which fits the general model is called an absolute loader. Then assembler produces the object code which is stored in the secondary storage. So instead of directly loaded into the main memory like compile and go, loader in turn accepts this object code, places it into the core or main memory at prescribed place by the assembler for execution. Advantages is that this scheme makes more memory available to user, so assembler is not in the memory at the load time, and it is very easy to implement. Disadvantages are programmer must specify to the assembler the address of memory location where the program is to be loaded. So when program contains more than one subroutines, then programmer must remember the address of each subroutine explicitly in other subroutine to perform the subroutine linkages. So programmer must be careful not to assign the same or overlapping locations for the two subroutines. So thus in absolute loader scheme, four loader functions are performed by allocation by programmer, linking by programmer, relocation by assembler, and loading by loader. Thank you so much.